Hey, I'm ELIZZA and this video is all about how to write a song. I'm going to pick one of my favorite songs called Habit, and I'm going to tell you the whole story about how I wrote it. All of my songs that I write come from deep within, and Habit is definitely one of those songs that holds a deep meaning for me. And I think I had this song inside me for a very, very long time, and I was just waiting for the right order of words, the right time and place to let it all out. I was actually quite nervous when it came to putting this song out, as it is the vulnerable me talking about my feelings and how I felt very deeply at that time. I do remember how the seed of this song got planted in my head, and I even remember exactly when it happened. It was a conversation I had with the person that this song is all about, and it was someone very, very close to me and dear to me. And as in many relationships, you go through ups and downs, and at that time, it was a very tough time for both of us. We were in a long distance relationship and were having trouble getting time to talk to each other. And I remember he asked this question: do we really want to talk to each other this often, or is it just a habit? And this really made me pause, and this whole scenario just created more and more questions in my mind.
We could have had it all, but you rejected. All my time for you just got neglected. It's like we're living two lives and keep it separate. Think it's so messed up. Now what's left here?
The verses in Habit are me saying that I knew it could have worked out if only we listened to each other and what each of us needed at that time, and if we didn't live two separate lives. But sometimes we focus on ourselves a lot more than on the other person, and we don't see or don't feel what the other person needs at that time, and that creates issues or conflicts. And it is especially very difficult if you're not together with that person physically for most of the time. And after some time, if you feel like you're not being heard, it starts feeling like a rejection, or you might start resenting this relationship. And then it becomes very difficult to keep having faith. And there is a time when it's just too much and you have to let it out.
Was it just a habit so comfortable? Though we were in love, now we're running on low. Doing this so long that we couldn't let go. Where did we go wrong? Now I gotta know. Was it just a habit so comfortable? Though we were in love, now we're running on low. Doing this so long that we couldn't let go. Where did we go wrong? Now I gotta know. Was it just a habit? So good when we had it. Was it just a habit? But so good when we had it.
My song Habit is about a relationship and trying to understand and learn from it. And when you're so close to someone that you're almost inseparable, but then when big facets keep challenging you time and time again, you come to a crossroads and you ask yourself whether it's worth staying in this relationship, or is this love still flourishing, or are you in this relationship just because you feel it's familiar and it's just become a habit? So these are the questions that I'm asking myself in this story. And on the other hand, it could also be about habit of taking care of each other, or habit of loving each other and being there for each other. And then I'm asking this question: how we forgotten about this habit, and it was so good when we had it. Maybe I wish it came back. So this experience went from being just a thought in my mind, and then going through analysis, and then meeting the right person to write it and record it with. And it usually goes through this 7-step process that I have for most of my songs, and it goes through these 7 doors before it gets released to the world. And that's why I think music is so powerful and it travels far. I remember the morning of the studio session with the producer, and I had nothing prepared for lyrics or melodies, and I knew it was a long journey to get to the studio. I had to take train, I had to take Uber ride to get to it, and the 80% of lyrics and the storyline got developed on my way to the session. And by the time I got to the studio, I had the story on my phone. Then we were listening to a lot of other songs and playlists that I've created before, and the producer was making this beat based on, you know, the mood and the story and what was the vision of this song. And I remember we knew there will be some sort of a dance hall element because a lot of my playlists had that type of music. Once we had the basic chord structure and the beat, the song just happened. And I remember the words and melodies were just flowing out of me because I felt like, because the song was so engraved in my mind and in my thoughts, and I didn't have to spend too much time on each of the parts, like the lyrics, the verse, the chorus. It just happened beautifully, and it to this day is one of my favorite songs that I've written.
Was it just a habit so comfortable? Though we were in love, now we're running on low. Doing this so long that we couldn't let go. Where did we go wrong? Now I gotta know. Was it just a habit? So good when we had it. Was it just a habit? But so good when we had it.
I hope you have enjoyed watching this video and learning more about my song Habit and how to write a song. And if you feel like you want to learn more, I have a video that talks about how I thought goes through this 7-step process, this journey, and then becomes a song. So I definitely suggest watching that video if you want to find out more. I hope to see you in my next videos, and make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.